Hi everyone, we're over here at the Tecnam stand with James here. We are looking at all the different Tecnam range, and James is going to take us through all of it and talk us a little bit about Oriens as well.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Hi,
So,
nice to meet
go
you.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are on the Tecnam stand. So we're Oriens Aviation, and we're UK based. We're based at Biggin Hill,
Yep.
and we distribute all the Tecnam models, but also Pilatus as well.
Yes.
So we're the main service dealer and sales for Pilatus.
You do maintenance as well on both.
Yeah, we
both
do
brands.
maintenance. We do some maintenance on Tecnam,
Yep.
but we're the main service centre for Pilatus, and we're also a service centre for Cirrus as
Okay.
well.
Right.
So that's Biggin Hill.
Yep.
All the Tecnams are based at Oxford,
Yep.
just purely because we've run out of space.
Okay.
So all of these are at Oxford, and everything else is we're out of Biggin Hill.
Brilliant. Okay. So if someone wanted to come and see a Tecnam with you, they would go to Oxford.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll either
Or would you
take it to them. We
Yeah,
either
okay.
take it to them. So these are all our aircraft. You know, these are our demo. We own them. We also have the big one, the 2012,
Yeah,
the 11-seater.
Yeah.
That we keep at Biggin Hill because that fits in more with the Pilatus kind of customer.
Yeah.
But these are all based at Oxford. So yeah, we either take them to the customer. It depends on the circumstance. If they want to have a look at more than one,
Yeah.
you know, it makes sense coming to Oxford. It's an easy place to operate out of. But you know, if they're only looking at one particular model, we can take it to them.
Brilliant.
So-
Okay. Cool.
Yes, so this is called the Tecnam 2008
Yeah.
JC, so it's a certified aircraft. This one is VFR and VFR night,
Okay. So not
not IFR in this one. So this is aimed really at the private buyer and also the flight schools.
Yeah.
So it's a very good PPL stroke power building aircraft.
Yeah.
It's very cost effective, low operating costs, uses the Rotax 912
Oh, cool.
engine.
Fine,
So
yeah. Yeah.
fuel burn is around 17 litres an hour, avgas
and you
or
can use
MoGas.
MoGas, can you, as well?
Absolutely, it actually prefers MoGas.
Right, okay.
So you get better service intervals, maintenance intervals using MoGas. So
Right, okay.
actually it prefers it. So
And what's the inside?
so it's got the Garmin 3X.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so it's all touchscreen. So this is standard configuration.
Wow. Yeah.
You can see a single lever, so it's fixed propeller.
No mixture.
No mixture. No,
No?
no. So it's a carburetor
fucking
engine. Yeah. So on this one, obviously you've just got the choke.
Yep.
We've got a heated pitot because that comes with the VFR night package. But it's actually a very capable aircraft, and it's you know, very cost effective.
Yeah.
So it
nice
makes an
interior finishes.
yeah.
As well, right?
So this is an option. This is a slight cost option, but in terms of deluxe interior. But even the standard interior is very similar to this, and is a very nice environment. So 2-seater.
Yep. Bit of luggage.
Yeah, 20 kg of luggage
Okay,
that
yep.
you can fit down the back, and it has a max takeoff weight of 650 kg.
Okay. So it fits into that nice bracket.
Yeah. So that's kind of the starter model in the UK.
Okay.
So this
And what did he start at?
so
price-wise?
this would be about 210,000 euros.
Okay.
Because they're Italian, I don't know whether you know much about Tecnam. I could give you a
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, go on.
quick rundown of Tecnam. So Tecnam are based near Naples.
Okay.
They've been going since 1948. It's still a family-run aircraft. They sell nearly 300 aircraft. I think they're the #1 Rotax manufacturer in the world.
Wow.
I think they're the 3rd biggest GA manufacturer in the world. Their model range varies everything from ultralights, so 2-seater ultralight, to 11-seater commuter aircraft,
Okay.
which is called the P2012,
Yes.
which is used
Quite
all
a
around the
sizable
world.
aircraft, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's 3,680 kg.
Wow.
So yeah, and that is available either with Lycoming Continental.
Yeah.
So from a manufacturer point of view, they make 85% of all the aircraft
Yep.
in terms of manufacturing. So like the seats, etc. So obviously the bits they don't make are the engines and the propellers and the avionics, etc. But you know the rest. So yeah.
So we're here overlooking at the P Mentor.
Yeah, so the P
Take us through
Mentor
the P Mentor,
is one of the later models. So this has been out for about 1 or 2 years,
Okay.
and was designed. There are some private owners of it, but it's aimed very much at the flight school.
Unlike the other one we just saw.
Yeah, unlike the 2008, which is probably more 50-50.
Yeah.
There's certain features on this which ally it very much to flight school.
Okay.
So this is available as a VFR or IFR.
Okay, cool.
And it's I think I'm right in saying it's the only 2-seater IFR certified aircraft in Europe.
Wow.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, okay.
Again, it's very much cost effective. So we now have the Rotax 912, but it's now fuel injected.
Right.
So
okay.
the advantage of the fuel injected is that it's obviously you don't have any issues with carb icing, sorry.
Yep.
And actually the fuel economy is even better. So it's fuel economy is about 14 litres an hour.
Wow.
As that. So it's really low
what
operating.
Sort of speed? Cruise speed?
So cruise speed about 106 knots.
Yeah.
So there's certain features on it which are fairly unique and lie itself, very much with the flight school market. For instance, it's got a simulated landing gear. So you've got fixed gear, but you've got a lever for the landing gear.
Yeah.
And it's actually tied in with the avionics, so it will give you configuration warnings. So if you're coming into land with flap and you don't have the gear down, you'll get a configuration warning. So it's not certified for complex training, but it's very much a step between this and a complex
And it gets the mindset of the student.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
in the mindset to lower the gear.
Exactly.
And don't forget.
Exactly.
That's a bad day.
And, exactly. It is a bad day if you forget.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it, so they also do a twin called the 2006. That has the same engine. Well, they've just brought out a new one called the Engine.
Yep.
And that's got exactly the same engine, it's got the same gear. That is actually retractable gear.
Yeah, exactly.
So in terms of a flight school, it makes a lot of sense to kind of go P-Mentor and the 2006, and then you've got a really good package. And this, with the low operating cost, low purchase price, is a very good aircraft to do PPL, hour building, and CPL and IR.
Instrument training as well.
Yeah. Although, as I say, it's not certified for complex.
No.
And you can do basic UPRT training with it as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, this one is low wing, which is unusual in the Tecnam range.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And are they all metal, composite, or what?
So they all vary. So the first one we looked at was composite fuselage, metal. They all have metal wings.
Okay.
The reason behind that is that it's a lot easier to repair little hanger dings with metal than it is with composite.
Sure. It's expensive.
But obviously the composite allows you to much more flexibility
like the curves,
with the cockpit, etc.
Yeah. And lighter as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this one is a combination of two. This one is mainly composite. That's the 2010.
Yep.
And then the one over on the other side is composite as well.
Brilliant.
So the Mentor has the G3X,
Okay.
which is the same as the 2008. So that's the touch screen. So there's two options. You either go just VFR, and that's what you get, the G3X. If you go IFR, the IFR version has the GTN 650 NXI built in as well. So that's what gives it the IFR. On this one, you have things like optional BRS parachute, autopilot, along with other, quite a few options. So this is proving very popular. It's just had FAA certification as well, so it's already been very popular in Europe. But it's now they've got a lot of pre-orders already for these states. They were just waiting for certification. Okay. So that's coming on now.
So far, the 2008 is mainly like a private individual would buy that.
I'd still say. We around the world, there's flight schools in India who are doing 2,000 hours a year.
Wow. Okay.
In the 2008, they're getting a new engine every year.
But in the UK?
In the UK, we've got flight schools using the 2008.
But this one's more suited to the flight school.
Well, this is a newer version, and because of the flexibility with the IFR, it is more expensive. Yeah. It's nearer 300,000, depending on the option. Again, euros. But from a flight school perspective, if you're just doing PPL, you could do it on the 2008, of course. But if you want to go more complex training, then obviously the P-Mentor, allows that. But
it makes sense.
Everything from PPL, hour building, and IFR training.
Should we move on to the
Yeah.
210?
Absolutely. I flew this back from Italy about a month ago.
Okay.
So this is a diesel, this version is diesel.
These are diesel, so
Yeah, so
P2010 diesel.
well, the 2010 is available with 3 engines, 2 Lycoming
Yeah.
and the diesel.
Okay.
The diesel's a more popular model
Yep.
for very obvious
Yeah,
reasons
yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of operating cost. This will burn about 25 litres an hour.
Jet A1 as well, right?
Exactly,
Which is
so
half
it's
the
Jet
price
A1
of,
for half the price.
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
if you look at it compared to a legacy aircraft, you're probably looking at about a quarter to a third of the kind of fuel cost.
Yes.
This now you've got G1000,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
it's G1000 avionic. The diesels are all FADEC control,
Brilliant,
so
okay.
it's constant speed propeller, but you've got just single lever.
Wow.
And then,
yeah, that's a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Is it G1000 NXI?
it's NXI.
Yeah,
yeah. This one in particular, this is the top of the range, so it's called
Yep.
the Gran Lusso, which in Italian is Grand Luxury.
Okay.
And so obviously it's beautifully finished. You've also got things like an FMS,
Yep.
so it makes it very easy in terms of putting in the flight plan.
Yeah.
It's also got things like Flightstream 510, that comes as standard.
So you
It's
can
got
link it to your iPad.
absolutely link
Yeah.
it to iPad both ways, so
Yeah.
you know, give you information back, but also flight planning. And it's a proper 4-seater.
Yeah.
You've got 3 doors, so you've got really, really good access. Look at the legroom. So those seats are actually, I mean, I'm not tall, but that is where I would sit.
Yeah.
And then you've actually got all that legroom as well. And you've got things like air in the back. You've got lights. You've got headphone sockets, etc.
Wow.
So it's actually a really nice
Comfortable
place
place
to
to be,
be.
yeah.
And then you've got a separate
Very
baggage
nice.
as well,
Yeah.
and that can take 40 kg.
40 kilos. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, and it's a really useful.
So it's a nice
spec.
touring aircraft. So
It's
speeds, fuel burn, that sort of stuff.
So fuel burn, as I say, about 25
yeah.
litres an hour. Speeds, you'll be doing about 116 indicated.
116, yeah.
116, yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
actual,
what could be a top continuous cruise speed?
continuous
if you wasn't worried
cruise,
about the fuel?
it'd be, I think, about 130.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
But you know, it's got obviously fuel flows on the
Yeah.
engine page, and you can see obviously. So at about 75%,
Yeah.
you're probably burning about 27 litres an hour.
Okay. It's not bad at all, though. It's still all right.
Yeah, I mean a range, if you filled it up with fuel, and if your patience and then you're looking at a range of about 1,300 nautical miles.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you know it'll
pretty
keep
good.
going for 10, 11, 12 hours. So it's 240 litre tanks.
That's a long way. That's
You
good
know,
for
if you-
ferry flying, though. But yeah.
If you brought it back to sort of 20%, you'd get probably 20 litres an hour, 240 litres. So you're 12 hours in
Wow.
you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I mean, whether or not you want to fly for 12 hours,
No
at a
way,
step,
no
I
way.
personally don't. But you
3
know,
hours and then have a
exactly
break,
3
yeah.
hours. To me, 3 hours is perfect.
Yeah.
But you know, the difference is when you land because you want a coffee, not because you need to refuel.
Yes,
and that's
that's the
the
key
difference.
thing, yeah.
I mean, when we brought it back from Naples, I think we fueled once just because we wanted
Just
to,
because you wanted lunch
not
and a bit
because we. Oh yeah, we had. I mean, we went via Oriens Aviation, etc., etc.
Really nice. Yeah.
And we then, you know, stopped, and they said, "Oh, do you want fuel?" And we said, "No." And they kind of said, "Huh?
Wow.
Why do
Yeah.
you want fuel?" We said, "We don't need it." So, you know, it's brilliant in that. And as a touring aircraft, I mean, it's got full autopilot. It's just really, really comfortable, really easy to use.
That's good. And price?
I mean, this particular one is 550,000.
Euros?
Yes,
Yeah,
euros,
okay.
all euros. Yeah.
Not badly priced, though, when you consider the other competition you've got around, or for a similar type of aircraft.
Well, absolutely. I mean, value for money. Tecnam's one of the major strengths is the really low operating costs and the value for money.
Yes.
What you get, you know, you get an awful lot.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So-
Well, thanks, James.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Okay, nice
Awesome.
to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And
Yeah.
thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.